So you know when you just start playing with the same gun and you're using it over and over again for such a long time, you just start playing worse with it, and I don't know why that happens, but this was happening to me with the MP5. I was using this class right here for probably 2-3 months now, and it has the muzzle monolithic suppressor, the barrel FSS mini, tac laser, F-tac collapsible stock, and the stippled grip tape, and it's a really good class. You guys could go ahead and use this one if you haven't used it yet, but I was starting to do a lot worse with it, and I think the reason for that is because once you start using a gun, you get confident with it, you start thinking it's better than it actually is because you have a few good games with it, and then you just start sucking with it. And that was happening with me while I was using the MP5, and then I said, you know what, I'm gonna go switch out and try a whole random class, throw a whole bunch of stuff together and just see what happens. A class that probably no one has ever thought of making before, and it actually really worked out. I'm gonna share that class with you guys. It is super good. What is up, guys? My name is Nick and welcome back to another Modern Warfare video. Like I said, man, today we're going to be talking about an MP5 class that I've never made before. I've never seen anyone make before, and if you've made this, well, you're either not smart or a super genius. So it works in both ways. Now I want to say you guys can go ahead, copy this class exactly how it is. It's really good. All I did was throw a bunch of random attachments together. I wanted to make a colorful MP5. I got the blue body, the red stock, the yellow ammo, the black barrel, and all that kind of stuff. I just wanted to throw random stuff together, and it really does work. So guys, if you want to go ahead, skip to the timestamps in this video, just go look at the bar on the bottom, that little red bar on the bottom of the video, and you could skip to the attachments if you want, but I really suggest following the perks and everything I have on this class as well. It's a really good one. Like the video if you guys do enjoy it. We're gonna go for 1,000 likes. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new around here with those notifications turned on, and let me know if this ever happens to you. Do you guys ever start doing bad with a gun that you've never done bad with before? It happens to me a lot, so please let me know who that happens to as well down in the comments, and let's get into the perks and gear. So this one is really important. I feel like this is like the best perk setup, at least for my playstyle. So for perk 1, I love to run EOD. It gives you like reduced damage to non-kill streak explosives and fire. So I know that for sure it helps with C4s. If someone chucks one at you, it helps with claymores if there's one sitting in a corner. It helps with molotovs if someone tries to burn you and stuff, and trip mines and all that kind of stuff. But it also says fire, so I'm guessing it also helps with incendiary rounds from shotguns. You won't take as much damage from those, hopefully. And then after that, we're going to use Ghost for perk number 2. Definitely don't want to switch that for anything else. You'd be hidden from the radar. Amped, or tune-up, I should say. Either one you guys want to use for perk 3. They're really good. If you're using a secondary like a pistol and you really want to switch super fast, go ahead and run amped. But if you guys want to use the field upgrade that I really suggest, and that's stop and power, then you might want to use tune-up with that, which reduces the charge time of field upgrades by 40%. So that's really nice. Now if you're using dead silence or anything, run whatever you want. Go ahead, put on amped if you want, put tracker, use whatever you want. For the lethal, I love running C4, so I could just chuck it at someone. If I shoot them and they run behind a corner, I use C4s all the time. And then the tactical, I love stim shot, and I don't only use this for healing, which is what it's meant for, but I also use it so I could regen my sprint. So if you guys if you didn't know this stim shot, you could pop one on. If you can't double sprint anymore, you could throw on a stim shot and you got your double sprint back, so you can run around the map a lot faster. Now let's get into the actual attachments of this class right here, because this is what makes it really good. And like I said, I just threw a whole bunch of them together. I didn't think this class was going to be good whatsoever. I really didn't, and it's really good. Like, it just doesn't make sense why it's this good. So the first one is optional. You guys could choose between the muzzle or you could choose between the barrel. I'm gonna tell you guys which ones work for this class, and obviously if you're playing Warzone, both of these work. They both work, so you could choose either one. The muzzle is the monolithic suppressor. You get sound suppression and damage range. That's all you get with it, but you do lose ADS speed and you do lose aim walking steadiness, which is why I am not choosing this one for myself. I don't want to lose those both when I could just go ahead and use the barrel subsonic integral suppressor, which is really great. This one gives you that ADS speed. There's no visible tracers, so when you're actually shooting this gun, no one is going to see your actual bullets flying. They're not going to know where it's coming from, and it's really good. But you also get sound suppression, which is one of the main reasons I normally use the monolithic suppressor. This one gives it to you as well, which I really think is worth it, and there's no enemy skulls. So if you're playing a multiplayer, this one's really good. If you kill an enemy, their teammates won't see where you are, where you're located, or anything like that. And you only lose bullet velocity with this, which isn't bad. Again, if you're only playing multiplayer, most of your gunfights are going to be up close. You don't have to worry about getting those shots at super long range. But if you're playing Warzone, you might want to think about putting on the monolithic suppressor rather than the subsonic integral suppressor. So go ahead and use either one of those. I suggest the barrel for multiplayer for sure, and it's really good. It works really great on this class. Next off is going to be the laser tac laser. Now I was running this class with the 5MW laser at first, but then I realized, you know what, it still works with the tac. You don't gotta use the 5MW for the sprint to fire speed. This still works nicely. It gives you ADS speed, and it also gives you aiming stability and aim walking steadiness. And what I like about this one over the 5MW is that this one is only visible when you're aiming down sights. Other than that, no one's ever going to see the laser, whereas with the 5MW, even if you're not aiming down sights, everyone's going to be seeing it. So definitely use this one instead. I find it so much better. For the stock, this is really important, and this is what I found made the class a lot better. And I'm not using any stocks that are going to help with the ADS and the movement. Well, it does help with movement, and you'll see in a second. It's the Forge Tac Ultra Light. And what I mean by helping with the movement is that this one right here gives you that aim walking movement speed, and that's the only reason I wanted it. I want to try something different with this class because I don't want to make it similar to my normal MP5 class, which, as you guys can see, there's barely anything similar whatsoever. And what I like about it is that when you're aiming down sights, you're a very hard target to hit. People are going to find it really hard to hit you. You're going to be moving really fast as if you weren't even aiming down sights at all. But the thing it does take away is the aiming stability, which, I mean, it's not the worst thing to lose with this class right here. It's really not. And it's the MP5. I mean, if you're getting into those close range gunfights, you don't need to be stable at all. And for those further range gunfights, you kind of want that aiming stability, which we're going to go ahead and throw back in a second here. And you guys are going to see the next one again is another optional attachment, and this is if you want to run this, and that's the ammunition 10mm auto 30 round mags. And this is really good because it gives you extra range, but not only the extra range, it also gives you extra damage. And the range it gives you is only 3 meters, but that does make a huge difference in those mid-range gunfights. And the extra damage is nice. You actually get that at close range, you get it at far range, and you get it at mid-range. So having that is an extra little bonus, and I really like that a lot. But with this, unfortunately, you lose 2 things that I'm not happy losing, and one of them is the fire rate, and the next one is the recoil control. So that's really something you might want to think about when throwing on this attachment, and which is why I said it's an optional one. For me, it works. I like it. I run it. But if you guys don't like losing fire rate and recoil control, because the MP5 could have some weird kick once in a while, go ahead and throw on the underbarrel commando foregrip, and this gives you recoil stabilization, and it gives you aiming stability, which is really good. That aiming stability helps out a lot. But the reason I'm not running this is because you lose movement speed, and I don't want to lose movement speed on this class. I've lost a few of them on the other MP5 class that I had, and I don't want to lose it again, which is why I'm not doing that. So pick between the ammunition and the underbarrel, the commando foregrip, or the 10mm auto 30 round mags. That is your choice. I suggest the ammunition. That's the one I'm using in the video right here. And then the rear grip, the last attachment for this class, is not going to be stippled grip tape. No matter how much I wanted to run stippled grip tape on this class because of the advantages it gives you with the ADS and the sprint to fire, I decided I didn't want to run that again, and I went with the rubberized grip tape, which only gives you 1 positive, but it only gives you 1 negative as well. And the positive is the recoil control, whereas the negative is the aiming stability, but I rather get that recoil control than aiming stability. Aiming stability is pretty much when you're aiming down sights, how much your gun sways, how much it's moving while you're not shooting. That's what that does. But the recoil control helps it while you're actually shooting, and you guys are going to see, like, I hit people when they're head glitching, and all you see is their forehead, and I don't have to control this gun whatsoever. Normally I have to tap fire if I'm doing that, but this one right here, it works crazy. So just to recap, the exact attachments I'm using in this video right here is the barrel subsonic integral suppressor, the tac laser, the Forge Tac Ultralight stock, 10mm auto 30 round mags, and the rubberized grip tape for the rear grip. That is it right there. This class is really good. Like I said, man, I didn't know that this was going to be good. I didn't think it was going to be good. It looks like such random attachments thrown onto a gun, and that's pretty much what I did. I just wanted to make it as colorful as possible, and it worked. It actually worked, and I'm shocked. So I want to share the class with you guys. Go ahead and use it. Change it up a bit. It's not going to be the basic MP5 that you see every single person running around with. So it's going to be something different. It's going to be something fun. Give you a little challenge. Make it a little easier for you. Who knows, depending on your play style. And it's really nice. And if you ever want to go for hip fires, if you're up close, this is the perfect class to do it. Even though there's no advantages for hip firing specifically, it's still hip fires very, very nice, and you will be hitting those shots. Like I'm sure you guys saw in the gameplay, I got a few hip fire kills. So yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. Like I said, if you guys could let me know if this happens to you when playing Modern Warfare or any COD specifically, like you just start playing with a class, you use it so long, and then it just feels like you're doing awful with it, and that's what happens to me a lot. Subscribe to the channel, guys. We're getting super close to 600k, so that is awesome, and I want to thank all of you who have done so, and drop a like on this video. My name is Nick. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.